Hi everyone, hi teacher. Today I'm going to talk about language and media. This is my topic. Let's start. This is my outline. I will talk about three of them: mediation, language and media modes and materials. Let's move on. I will give general information. What's language? Firstly, we need to consider what's language. Language is a system of communication. It consists of sound, grammar, words, phrases like that. What's media? Media, we can say that media are tools that used to store and deliver information. When we think two of them, they have really big effect on each one. Media have an important role on our life and on language. We use it in our every moment. It is used for communication, searching information, discovering something, etc. But the main element when we talk about media, and it is used for communicate with people by using language. Language is the key factor in here. So the relationship between media and language is strong. Mediation. When we think of mediation, we think that mass media such as television, newspaper or internet. But in 2002, many scholars said that mediation encompasses a wide variety of tools that people have used to take action in the world. Well, we can say that mediation facilitates communication between people. When one thing comes and facilitate the interaction between two things, two entities, then we can say that it's a mediation. The idea of this term comes from Vygotsky, and who is a Russian scientist. According to Vygotsky, all interaction between people are mediated through cultural tools, physical tools, and mental tools, like language. Even thinking mediated by these tools. And these tools enable us to determine things are able to do. This sentence is belong to the Vygotsky. For example, person who is able to speak a language is able to do a thing, but person who cannot speak that language is unable to do something. Yes, these two terms are really important in language and media. I will mention about in the following minutes. Media shapes how we think, how we feel. Actually, it determines social change. It changes how people interact with another people, and this we can call it technological determinism. Not only media affect people, also people affect media. Beyond that, media themselves affect how media are used, are called social conventions. For example, when we think music lover or art lover, and they can say that how different media should use when they make music. This set of conventions and beliefs are called media ideologies. It is about how media should be used, or where and when. What kind of people should use it alone or together with another people. And also we develop media ideologies through watching another people by using media. Language and media. We have mentioned what media does rather than what it is. Actually, we focused on the process. Let's give an example. There are linguistic, pragmatic, conversation analysis, critical discourse analysis, which focus on how it works, what people do, rather than what it is. And these approaches are represented under the discourse analysis. But there are really main differences between discourse analysis and other linguistic, as I talked before, pragmatic, linguistic, like that. I will talk about two of them. Discourse analysts focus on larger part of language rather than sentence or words. Discourse analysts not only interested in language. Yes. All these features of discourse analysis are clearly affected by media that people used. Of course, as we all know, different media allow people to convey different ideologies, different ideas, different behaviors. When we think effects of media, this media is really powerful and have effect on people. They have a big potential to manipulate people. It helps powerful people to hold their powers. As I mentioned above, it affects our ideas, and our ideas affect our behaviors, and our behaviors affect our lives. These really have a relationship between them. Let's move on. Media, mode, and materials. Let's talking about what's mode. Mode is a regularized, organized set of resources for meaning making. What do we mean by these sentences? Modes are not the same as media. For example, medium of telephone enables communication through the modes of sound or spoken language. The modes of telephone is sound or spoken language. Let's give another example. Medium of photograph enables communication using the modes of image. What is the photograph? What is the modes of photograph? It's an image. We can say that like that. What is the materiality of media? We mean how media exist in and interact with the physical world and how they affect users. Actually, there are three main ways materiality of media affect people. First, they determine where, when, and how people can use the media. Second, they help to determine who can participate in the communication. Finally, what kind of messages can be conveyed. These three of them is really important: where, when, and how. And they help determine who can participate and what kind of messages can be conveyed. Materialities of media also shape the way different modes can be used and experienced. First, they determine the range of modes available to communicators. For example, let's think older phones. Older phones only enable people to communicate voicely. And this is called lean media because there is a low opportunity. But new phones, not only voicely, but also provide video images as well. And this is called rich media. And actually, I need to touch on something as well. When we use the phrase mode, we are describe on the way communication. In other words, we are talking about the mode of communication, the method of communication. Sorry, this is my references. That's all my representation. Thank you for listening to me.